Han pulled out his gun, but 4 alien guards entered the room with weapons already pointed at them. "Please," Admiral Kell said through the speakers. "No need for that. Come and see my collection. I've been hoping to meet you." The guards took their weapons and bags. Then they pushed Ta, Jin, and Han into the big room with the cages. Admiral Kell was even taller up close. He stood 2 heads taller than Ta. His 4 arms were crossed over his chest. His eyes, all 4 of them, looked at Ta with great interest. "The boy who speaks to animals with his mind," the Admiral said. His voice was deep and smooth. "I've been looking for you since we found your special panther. Her name is Moon," Ta said, trying to sound brave. The Admiral smiled again. "Moon, a good name." He walked to her cage. "She is the most interesting creature I have found on Earth. My scientists say her brain is not like normal animal brains. Someone changed her." Jin stepped forward. "What are you going to do with her?" "Learn, of course," Admiral Kell said. "That's why we came to Earth. To learn." Han laughed, a sharp, angry sound. "You came to take, to rule, to destroy." The Admiral looked at Han for a long moment. "Is that what you think? How simple human minds are." He turned and walked to a door. "Come, I will show you something." The guards pushed them to follow. They walked down a long hall and into another room. This room had no cages. It had many screens and strange machines. "Do you know why the Concordat rules so many worlds?" Admiral Kell asked. "Because we must. Because we are dying." He touched a screen. It showed pictures of alien children, but they looked wrong. Some had 3 arms instead of 4. Some had skin that was patchy and sick-looking. "Our children are born weak. Each generation is weaker than the last. Our scientists say in 10 generations, there will be no more of us." "So you take other worlds to find a cure," Jin said. "Yes," the Admiral nodded. "And your world is special. Your animals adapt and change faster than any we have seen." And then we found Moon. She was changed by human hands, not by nature. This is new to us. Ta thought about his grandfather's work, about the secret code inside Moon. "What do you want from me?" Ta asked. "Help us understand how you speak to her with your mind," the Admiral said. "This could save my people." "Why should I help the aliens who took over Earth?" Ta asked. The Admiral's face changed. For a moment, he looked sad. "We did not want to rule your world. We only wanted to study it. But your leaders fought us. They would not share. So you decided to take everything," Han said. "Yes," the Admiral admitted. "And now I offer you a choice. Help us willingly, and you can live in comfort. Your panther will be treated well. Or refuse, and we will take what we need anyway." Before Tai could answer, the ship shook violently. A loud alarm sounded. An alien voice came from speakers in the ceiling, speaking the alien language. The Admiral looked surprised. "What's happening?" Jin asked. "A security breach," Admiral Kell said. "Something is attacking our systems." Todd felt a new thought from Moon. It was stronger than before, almost like she was speaking inside his head. Asterisk Han's machine is working. I feel strange. Stronger asterisk. Tad remembered Han working on a small device before they left Earth. Han had said it would boost the signal between Ta and Moon. Han, Ta whispered. "What did you do?" Han smiled, his first real smile. "I hid a transmitter in my tooth. They took our bags, but not that. It's sending the signal now, making your connection with Moon stronger." The ship shook again. The lights flickered. Admiral Kell was getting reports from his guards now. He looked at Ta with new understanding. "The Panther," he said. "Something is happening to her." Tay reached out with his mind and felt Moon's presence, stronger than ever before. Asterisk I can see the ship's systems. Asterisk Moon thought to him. Asterisk I can touch them with my mind. Your grandfather put this in my head. For this day asterisk. Tai suddenly understood. His grandfather had not just made Moon able to talk with Ta. He had made her able to connect to alien technology. And now, with Han's signal making her stronger, she was waking up fully for the first time. "What is happening?" Admiral Kell demanded. Ta looked him in the eyes. "My Panther is free, and your empire is about to fall apart." The supply ship docked with a heavy clunk. Ta felt his heart beat faster. They were now on Admiral Kell's flagship, the biggest alien ship in Earth's sky. "Ready?" Jin asked, checking her small gun one last time. Tai and Han nodded. Han opened the service tunnel door slowly. No one was in the cargo area now. The workers had all moved to the front of the ship. "We have maybe 10 minutes before they start unloading," Han whispered. "We need to get to a safe place first." They slipped out and moved between tall stacks of boxes. At the back of the cargo hold was a door with alien writing on it. Jin pulled out a small tool and touched it to the door's lock. The door slid open. "Maintenance halls," she explained. "They run all through the ship, but they're not used much." The maintenance hall was dim and narrow. Pipes and wires ran along the walls. They walked quickly but quietly. "Which way to Moon?" Han asked Ta. Ta closed his eyes for a moment, feeling for the link. Asterisk, where are you exactly? Asterisk, he thought to Moon. Asterisk, big room. Center of ship, many levels down. Can smell water nearby. Asterisk. Down, Ta said, opening his eyes. Many levels down, near the center of the ship. She says there's water nearby. The life support section, Jin said. It makes sense. They keep living specimens near the systems that control air and water. They found a ladder that went down through the floors of the ship. They climbed down carefully, stopping at each level to make sure no one was there. After going down 8 levels, Ta felt Moon's presence grow much stronger. "She's close," he whispered. "This level." Han checked a small screen he carried. "There are guard patrols on this level. We need to be careful." They moved through more maintenance halls. Ta led the way now, following the pull of Moon's mind. They came to a point where the hall ended at a regular corridor. Ta peeked out. The corridor was wide and bright. Aliens walked back and forth. Some wore the green uniforms of soldiers. Others wore white coats like scientists. "We can't just walk out there," Han said. "We need a distraction." Jin reached into her bag and pulled out a small metal ball. "This will cause the lights to go out for about 2 minutes. When it happens, we run across to that door." She pointed to a door on the other side of the corridor. "Tai, is Moon behind that door?" Tai concentrated. "No, but she's beyond it. Maybe in the next room." Jin tossed the metal ball down the corridor. It rolled to a stop near a group of aliens. For a moment, nothing happened. Then all the lights went out. Alarms started to sound. "Now," Han whispered. They ran across the corridor. Aliens were shouting in their strange language. In the darkness, no one noticed 3 humans running. Jin opened the door and they slipped through. They were in a small room with screens on the walls. Through a large window, they could see into another room. This room was huge, with a high ceiling. It was filled with glass cages of all sizes. "There," Ta said, pointing. "That's Moon." In a large glass cage on a raised platform was Moon. She paced back and forth, her black fur shining under bright lights. Around her cage were other cages with strange creatures, some from Earth, some Ta had never seen before. Tay reached out with his mind. Asterisk Moon. "We're here." Asterisk. Moon stopped pacing. Her head turned toward the window. She couldn't see them through the special glass, but she felt Ta. Asterisk Ta. "Be careful. The tall one comes often." Asterisk. "The tall one?" Tai asked out loud. As if answering his question, a door on the far side of the big room opened. A very tall alien walked in. He wore a black uniform with many silver marks on it. His gray skin was darker than the other aliens. He had scars on his face. "Admiral Kell," Jin whispered, her voice filled with hate. The Admiral walked straight to Moon's cage. He stood looking at her for a long time. Then he turned and looked directly at the window where they were hiding. "He can't see us," Han said. "This is a one-way window." But Ta wasn't so sure. The Admiral's 4 eyes seemed to look right at him. Then the alien smiled, showing sharp teeth. "I've been waiting for you," came a voice from speakers in their room. "The one who shares thoughts with my new prize. Please, come in. Let's talk." The door behind them slid shut with a heavy click. The door to the big room opened. They were trapped. 2 weeks passed. Ta's leg healed faster than normal thanks to Jin's advanced medicine. Every day, he trained with the resistance fighters. They taught him how to use alien weapons and how to move in the city without being seen. Han was a hard teacher. He made Ta run through their training course again and again until his muscles burned. "You're too slow," Han said one day after Ta failed to complete the course in time. "On the flagship, you'll have minutes, maybe seconds to move between guard patrols." "I'm trying," Ta said, breathing hard. Han's face stayed cold. "Trying isn't enough. The mission will fail if you're weak." Jin stepped between them. "He's getting better, Han. And his connection with Moon is our real strength." That was true. Every night, Ta lay in his small room, eyes closed, reaching out to Moon. Each day, the connection grew stronger. He could feel her more clearly now. She was in a cold metal room. There were other animals nearby. She was not hurt, but she was angry and afraid. "It's time," Han announced one morning. "Our spy says a supply ship is heading to the flagship tomorrow. We'll be on it." Jin showed Ta their plan on a screen. "The ship stops at the space station first. We'll board there, dressed as workers. These are our fake IDs." She handed Ta a small metal card with his picture on it. "Once we're on the flagship, you'll need to find Moon through your link," Han said. "Jin and I will handle the guards." "What about the rest of the team?" Ta asked. "There is no rest of the team," Jin said quietly. "Just us 3. It's safer that way." That night, Ta couldn't sleep. He reached out to Moon, trying to send her strength. "We're coming tomorrow, he thought. Reedy. He felt her answer, stronger than before. Hurry. Bad things happening here, In the morning, they left the base in a small truck. They wore the gray clothes of station workers. They each carried a small bag with weapons hidden inside. Han drove through the empty streets of the old city. At the edge of the city was the space elevator, a huge tower reaching up into the sky. "Remember," Han said as they joined the line of workers entering the elevator, "don't look at the guards. Don't speak unless spoken to." They passed through security without problems. The elevator was a large metal box that could hold 100 people. It moved fast, climbing the long cable to the space station. Ta had never been off the ground before. His stomach felt strange as the Earth got smaller below them. Jin noticed and put her hand on his arm. "It gets easier," she said with a small smile. Ta noticed that when Jin smiled, Han looked away. There was something between them, he thought. Something from before. The space station was huge, a metal ring hanging above Earth. Thousands of people moved through its halls. Most were humans working for the aliens. The aliens themselves, tall, gray-skinned beings with 4 arms, stayed in their own sections. The supply ship was docked at the far end of the station. It was bigger than Ta had expected, like a flying building. "Stay close," Han whispered as they joined the line of workers boarding the ship. A human guard checked their IDs. He looked bored. He waved them through without really looking at their faces. Inside, the ship was cold and smelled of metal. Workers moved boxes from the station into the ship's large cargo hold. Jin pointed to a small door. "That's a service tunnel," she said softly. "We'll hide there during the flight." The tunnel was narrow and dark. They sat close together as the ship rumbled and shook. Ta felt the moment when it left the station. His body felt lighter. We're in space now, Jin said. How long until we reach the flagship? Tai asked. 6 hours, Han replied. Try to reach Moon again. We need to know exactly where she is when we arrive. Tai closed his eyes. He pushed his thoughts out, farther than ever before. Moon. Where are you? The answer came quickly, much clearer than before. Big room. Many animals in cages, men in white coats. They take blood from us. They look at our eyes. Tai felt something new. He could see through Moon's eyes. A large white room. Glass cages. Men and aliens moving between them with tools and screens. I see it. Ta said to Jin and Han. Know where she is? Han nodded, his face still serious. But there was something new in his eyes. Maybe a little respect. Good, he said. Now we wait. Pain was the first thing Ta felt when he woke up. His head hurt. His leg hurt worse. He tried to sit up and groaned. Stay still, said a woman's voice. Your leg is broken. Tai opened his eyes. He was in a small room with no windows. The walls were made of old concrete. A lamp hung from the ceiling. A woman with short black hair stood next to his bed. She held a medical scanner in her hand. Who are you? Tai asked. His throat was dry. Where am I? My name is Jin, she said. You're in our base under the old city. Some of our scouts found you 2 days ago, half dead on the mountain. Jin, the voice from the radio. Moon, Ta said, suddenly remembering. My Panther. Did you find her? Jin's face became sad. No, but we know what happened to her. She turned and touched a panel on the wall. A screen lit up. It showed a video of a large ship hovering over the forest. A smaller ship flew up to it, carrying something in a net below it. Even on the grainy video, Tai could see the black shape of Moon. They took her to the main ship and then to space, Jin said. To the alien flagship. Tai felt like his heart was being squeezed. He closed his eyes and reached out with his mind, trying to find Moon's thoughts. For a moment, he felt nothing. Then, very faintly, like a whisper, he felt her. Ta. Cold. Dark. She's alive. Ta said, opening his eyes. I can feel her, but she's far away. Jin looked at him with wide eyes. You really can talk to her with your mind. We thought the stories were just rumors. It's real, Ta said. My grandfather made it possible. He changed Moon's brain and mine when I was a baby. Jin sat on the edge of his bed. Your grandfather. Was his name Dr. Lee? Ta was surprised. Yes. How did you know? Because I worked with him, Jin said. Before the invasion. I was a military doctor. Your grandfather was working on a secret project. He believed aliens might come one day. He was preparing a way to fight them. A door opened on the far side of the room. A tall man walked in. He had a scar across his face and hard eyes. This is Han, Jin said. He leads our group. Han looked at Ta for a long moment. So you're Dr. Lee's grandson, and you really have the link with the enhanced animal. Her name is Moon, Ta said, not liking how Han said, enhanced animal. And yes, we can share thoughts. Han turned to Jin. Show him. Jin touched the wall panel again. The screen changed to show a room full of computers and strange equipment. People worked at the machines. We've been trying to finish your grandfather's work, Jin explained. He was creating a way for humans to speak mind to mind, like you do with Moon. We've made some progress, but it's not perfect yet. Why do you need this? Tai asked. To fight back, Han said simply. The aliens control all communications. They hear every radio, every phone, but they can't hear our thoughts. Jin touched Ta's arm. There's more. Your Panther isn't just a hunter. Her DNA has special code in it. Code that can harm alien systems. Tai remembered his grandfather's words. She will be our answer. That's why they want her so badly, Jin continued. Admiral Kell collects Earth creatures, but he'll study Moon. If he finds the code in her DNA, he could change it, make it useless. We need to get her back, Han said, before they learn her secrets, and we need your help. My help? Tai asked. How? Your link with her, Jin said. If we can make it stronger, you could find her anywhere, even on the flagship. And you can use our mind link technology to guide a team onto that ship, Han added. We've been planning this for years, but we needed someone with a real connection to an enhanced animal. Tai tried to stand up, ignoring the pain. When do we start? Jin gently pushed him back down. First, you heal. Then we train. This won't be easy. Ta closed his eyes again, reaching for that faint connection with Moon. Asterisk, I'm coming for you, asterisk, he thought as hard as he could. Asterisk, wait for me, asterisk. Far away, in the cold darkness of a cage, Moon's ears twitched. Her yellow eyes opened slightly. Asterisk Ta. Asterisk. Tai and Moon traveled through the night. The moon was full, lighting their path. By morning, they reached the high ridge that looked down on Old Kim's village. But something was wrong. Smoke rose from the small houses. Moon growled low in her throat. Asterisk danger, asterisk her thoughts touched Ta's mind. Asterisk smell of burnt things. Smell of fear, asterisk. Ta pulled out his old binoculars. Through them, he saw men in green uniforms moving through the village. The alien soldiers were there already. We're too late, Ta whispered. He watched as the soldiers pushed villagers into a line. Old Kim stood tall, his white hair bright in the morning sun. A man in a fancy black coat walked up to him. Even from far away, Ta knew who it was. Governor Dusan, the human who ruled Korea sector for the aliens. We have to get closer, Ta said to Moon. We need to hear what they're saying. They moved down the hill, keeping to the trees. When they were close enough, they hid behind a fallen log. Moon's black fur helped her blend with the shadows. Her ears turned toward the village, catching every sound. We know someone here has been helping the wild man with the enhanced animal, Governor Dusan said. His voice was loud so all could hear. Admiral Kell will be very angry if I don't have a gift ready for him. Tell me where they are, and your village can live in peace. Old Kim said nothing. The governor nodded to a soldier, who hit Old Kim hard across the face. The old man fell to his knees. Tai felt hot anger rise in him. He started to stand, but Moon's thoughts stopped him. Asterisk, too many guns. We will die. Old Kim is strong, asterisk. She was right. There were 20 soldiers at least. Ta couldn't help if he was dead. The governor spoke again. The enhanced animal is worth much to me. Anyone who helps me find it will have food and power for a year. A young man stepped forward from the line of villagers. Ta knew him. It was Sun, who had always been afraid of Moon. The wild man comes from the north, Sun said, pointing toward the high mountains. He lives beyond the big waterfall. Tay's heart sank. Sun had told them where his cave was. Good, the governor said. Captain, take your best hunters and find this man and his animal. The rest of the men will stay here to make sure no one mourns him. The captain picked 6 soldiers. They were the same men Tai had seen in the forest yesterday. They started walking toward the path that led to Ta's cave. Asterisk, we must go, asterisk, Moon thought to him. Asterisk now. Back to the cave first. Get your things, asterisk. Ta nodded. They backed away from the log, keeping low. When they were far enough, they ran through the forest. They took a different path, one only Ta knew. They would reach the cave before the soldiers. At the cave, Ta grabbed his bow, his knife, and his grandfather's old notebook. The notebook had all the information about Moon and how she was made. It could not fall into alien hands. We'll go east, Ta told Moon. To the old city. We can hide there. They left the cave and started across the rocky ground above the waterfall. But they had only gone a short way when Moon stopped. Her body went stiff. Asterisk flying machine. Asterisk her thoughts warned. Asterisk coming fast asterisk. Tad looked up. A small black ship moved through the sky toward them. It was not the slow patrol ships that usually flew over the mountains. This was a fast hunter ship. Run, Ta shouted. They sprinted for the tree line. The ship came closer. A bright light shot from it, hitting the ground near them. The rock exploded. Moon was faster than Ta. She reached the trees first. Ta was only steps behind when another light hit the ground at his feet. The force threw him up and then down. Pain shot through his body as he hit the ground hard. The last thing he saw was Moon turning back toward him, her yellow eyes wide with fear. Asterisk run. Asterisk he thought to her. Asterisk run. Asterisk. Then darkness took him. The morning air was cold in the mountains. Ta moved without sound through the trees. Beside him walked Moon, his black panther. Her steps were even quieter than his. Ta stopped and crouched. Moon stopped too. Through the trees, they saw a deer drinking from a stream. Ta did not reach for his bow. Instead, he closed his eyes. Asterisk take it down clean. No pain asterisk. Moon's yellow eyes blinked once. She understood. The link between their minds was strong. This sharing of thoughts was old Earth tech from before the aliens came. It was against the law now. Moon moved like water between the trees. The deer had no chance. It didn't even look up before Moon's teeth found its neck. One quick bite, and it was over. Ta walked to where Moon stood over their kill. He placed his hand on her warm side. "Good hunt," he said out loud, though he didn't need to speak for Moon to understand him. As they worked to clean the deer, Ta felt a warning touch his mind. Moon had heard something. Her ears turned, catching sounds too faint for human ears. Asterisk people coming. Many feet. Metal sounds. Asterisk. Ta quickly covered the deer with branches. He and Moon moved behind a large rock. Below them, in the small valley, 6 men in green uniforms walked in a line. They carried long guns and wore the silver badge of the Galactic Concordat on their chests. With them walked 2 men in black clothes. These men had Earth faces, but they worked for the aliens. "The signal came from this area," one of the men in black said. "The governor wants all enhanced animals found and taken to the city." Todd felt his heart beat faster. Enhanced animals, like Moon, the last of her kind. "I don't see why Governor Doosan cares about some wild animals," one soldier said. The black-clothed man turned to him. "Because Admiral Kell is coming to Korea Sector next month. The governor wants to give him a good gift. The Admiral collects rare Earth creatures." Ty placed his hand on Moon's head. Her thoughts touched his. Asterisk, they will not take me asterisk. Asterisk, no, they won't, asterisk, Ta thought back. They waited until the men were gone. Then they moved fast through the forest, away from their usual paths. The deer would have to wait. Getting home safe was more important now. Home was a cave hidden behind a waterfall. Ta had made it comfortable with things he took from empty towns. A bed, some chairs, books, and a solar power unit that still worked. Moon went to her corner where soft furs made a bed. Tai turned on his old radio. He twisted the dial until he heard a voice he knew. Calling all free people. "This is Jin. We have news. Alien ships are landing in Seoul. The governor is calling in more troops. Something big is happening." Ta looked at Moon. Her yellow eyes seemed to glow in the dim cave. "We should go see Old Kim," Ta said. Old Kim had been a soldier before the aliens came. Now he lived in a hidden village 2 days' walk from Ta's cave. He would know what to do. As Ta packed a small bag, Moon came to his side. Asterisk, we could run farther into the mountains. Asterisk, her thoughts suggested. Ta shook his head. "No more running. My grandfather made you to be more than just a hunting cat. He told me one day you would help free Earth. I think that time is coming." Moon blinked slowly. Asterisky will fight with you, asterisk. Outside, the sun was setting behind the mountains. Tai and Moon left their home, moving like shadows through the darkening forest. They had to reach old Kim's village before the alien soldiers found them. As they walked, Tai thought about his grandfather's last words before he died. They think they conquered us, but they don't understand Earth. They don't understand what we can do. Keep Moon safe. When the time comes, she will be our answer. Ta didn't fully understand what his grandfather meant, but he knew one thing for sure. No alien was going to cage his Panther. Alarms blared throughout the flagship. Red lights flashed in the hallways. Admiral Kell shouted orders to his guards, who ran from the room. "What have you done?" the Admiral asked, his voice low and angry. Before Tai could answer, all the screens in the room changed. They showed Moon's face. Her yellow eyes seemed to look at everyone at once. Asterisk, I am in the system now. Asterisk, Moon's thoughts came to Ta. But something was different. Jin and Han both jumped. "I heard that," Jin said, eyes wide. "In my head." "Me too," said Han. Admiral Kell stepped back. "Impossible." Asterisk, not impossible. Asterisk, Moon's thoughts came again. Everyone in the room heard her now. Asterisk, the machines of this ship speak in energy. My mind speaks in energy too. Your scientist made me this way, Ta. For this moment, asterisk. The ship shook again. The doors to the room slid open by themselves. "We need to get to Moon," Ta said to Jin and Han. They ran from the room. Admiral Kell did not try to stop them. He was staring at the screens, at Moon's face, his 4 eyes blinking fast. In the hallways, there was confusion. Alien crew members ran in all directions. None of them paid attention to the 3 humans. The ship's systems were breaking down. Some doors opened and closed by themselves. The lights kept changing from bright to dim. They reached the big room with the cages. Moon's cage was empty. The glass door was open. "Where is she?" Han asked. Asterisk, I am coming. Asterisk, Moon's thoughts answered. A door on the far side of the room opened. Moon walked in, her black fur shining under the lights. She moved slowly, like she was in no hurry. No one tried to stop her. Behind Moon came other animals. A wolf, 2 eagles, a bear, and stranger creatures Ta had never seen before. All of them had been in cages. All were now free. "How did you open the cages?" Jin asked Moon. Asterisk, the ship listens to me now. Asterisk, Moon replied in all their heads. Asterisk, and I have woken the others. They were all changed, like me. They were all sleeping inside their minds. Now they are awake. Asterisk. Tai walked to Moon and put his hand on her head. She pushed against his hand, a familiar gesture that felt so normal in this strange moment. "What happens now?" Tai asked. Asterisk, now we take back our world. Asterisk, Moon answered. Suddenly, Admiral Kell entered the room. He held a strange weapon in one of his hands. His face was twisted with anger. "I will not let you destroy everything," he said. He pointed the weapon at Moon. The bear growled and stepped forward. The eagles spread their wings, but Moon made a small sound, and they all stepped back. Asterisk, you do not understand. Asterisk, Moon thought to the Admiral. Asterisk, we are not here to destroy. We are here to teach. Asterisk. Teach what? Admiral Kell asked, the weapon still raised. Asterisk, that taking without asking always fails. That force brings only more force. Your people are dying because you lost your way. Asterisk. The ship shook again, harder this time. The Admiral lost his balance and dropped the weapon. Han quickly kicked it away. What's happening to the ship? Jin asked. Asterisk, I am sending a message. Asterisk, Moon explained. Asterisk, through this ship to all Concordat ships around Earth. I am waking all the changed animals they have collected. I am showing them what we can do when we work together, not apart. Asterisk. Admiral Kell stood up straight. You'll destroy the fleet. Asterisk, no. Asterisk, Moon answered. Asterisk, but your control over Earth ends today, asterisk. On a screen near the door, they could see outside the ship. Other Concordat ships were moving away from Earth. Some were already jumping to light speed, disappearing in flashes of light. They're running away, Han said, not believing his eyes. Asterisk, they have seen what I can do to their systems, what all the changed animals can do. They are afraid now, asterisk. Tai looked at Admiral Kell. What will you do? The Admiral's shoulders dropped. He suddenly looked tired and old. My mission has failed. I must return to my world and tell them what happened here. Asterisk, tell them this. Asterisk, Moon fought to him. Asterisk, Earth is willing to help your people, but as equals, not as rulers and ruled. The cure you seek might be found if we work together, asterisk. Admiral Kell looked at Moon for a long time. Then he nodded once. Perhaps there is wisdom in this animal that we have lost, he said softly. The lights in the ship returned to normal. The alarms stopped. Asterisk, it is time to go home. Asterisk, Moon thought to Ta. Asterisk, or work here is done, asterisk. But Ta knew this was just the beginning. The flagship began to move closer to Earth. Moon had taken control of the ship and was bringing them home. Tai, Jin, and Han stood on the bridge, watching the blue planet grow larger on the big screen. Admiral Kell sat in his command chair, but he was not giving orders. His crew worked quietly, following Moon's directions that came through the ship's computers. Will they fight back? Jin asked, looking at the other alien ships that were still near Earth. Asterisk, some will. Asterisk, Moon's thoughts came to all of them. Asterisk, but they cannot win now. The changed animals on their ships are awake too, asterisk. Tai looked at his Panther with new eyes. She was more than he had ever known. His grandfather had hidden such power in her mind, waiting for this moment. What exactly did your grandfather do to her? Han asked, his voice soft with wonder. Tai remembered the notebook his grandfather had left him. He called it a genetic key. He put special code in Moon's DNA that would let her connect with technology. But it would only work when she was ready, when the connection between us was strong enough. Admiral Kell turned in his chair to face them. Your grandfather was a very smart man. He knew we would come one day. Yes, Ta said. He told me aliens might come. That Moon would be important when they did, but I never understood until now. A voice came through the ship's speakers. It was Governor Dusan, calling from Earth. Admiral Kell, what is happening? Your ships are leaving orbit. The control center has lost contact with many of your ground forces. Admiral Kell looked at Moon, then at Ta. Should I answer him? Yes, Ta said. Tell him the truth. The Admiral pressed a button on his chair. Governor, this is Admiral Kell. The situation has changed. The Concordat will be leaving Earth. There was silence for a moment. Then Dusan's angry voice came back. What do you mean, leaving? We have an agreement. I have given you everything you asked for. Yes, the Admiral said. You gave us what was not yours to give. The animals of Earth, the freedom of your people. That was wrong. This is because of the Panther, isn't it? Dusan's voice grew louder. And the wild man. I told you they were dangerous. Let me send up my special forces. I will finish them for you. Ta felt anger rise in him. Dusan had betrayed his own people, had helped the aliens take Moon, had tried to kill Ta. Asterisk, be calm. Asterisk, Moon fought to him. Asterisk, his time is ending too, asterisk. The ship entered Earth's atmosphere. It flew over the ocean, then over land. Ta could see the mountains of Korea below them. Where are we going? Han asked. Asterisk, to the place where it all began. Asterisk, Moon replied. Asterisk, the governor's palace, asterisk. The ship slowed and hovered over a large building in the center of the old city. It was where Dusan lived and ruled Korea sector. Guards ran around the building, looking up at the huge ship above them. What now? Jin asked. Asterisk, now we end this. Asterisk, Moon thought. Asterisk, Te, it is time for you to make a choice, asterisk. What choice? Tai asked. Asterisk kill or forgive. The governor hurt you, took me, betrayed his people. What should his punishment be? Asterisk. Tai thought of all the pain Dusan had caused. The villages destroyed. The people forced to work for aliens. The hunt for Moon. I want him to pay, Ta said. But not with his life. I want him to see Earth free again. I want him to live knowing he was wrong. Moon's eyes seemed to smile. Asterisk a good choice. There has been enough death. Asterisk. The ship landed in the large square in front of the palace. Alien soldiers formed a line, but they did not raise their weapons. They were connected to Moon now, too. The main door of the palace opened. Governor Dusan walked out, surrounded by his human guards. His face was red with anger. What is this? He shouted. Admiral, explain yourself. Admiral Kelv stood and walked to the front of the bridge. This, Governor Dusan, is the end of your rule, and the beginning of something new. The door to the bridge opened. Moon walked toward it, with Ta beside her. Jin and Han followed. Asterisk, it is time to meet the man who tried to cage me. Asterisk, Moon thought. Asterisk, scan to show him what happens when you try to control what cannot be controlled. Asterisk. Together, they walked out to face the governor who had caused so much pain. Behind them, the admiral watched, learning what real strength looked like. Ta walked down the ship's ramp with Moon beside him. The sunlight felt good after days in the cold ship. Jin and Han walked behind them, weapons ready but not raised. Governor Dusan stood at the bottom of the ramp. His face changed from anger to fear when he saw Moon walking free. How is this possible? He asked, stepping back. That animal should be in a cage. Her name is Moon, Ta said, his voice strong, and she was never meant to be in a cage. Around the square, people gathered to watch. Workers, soldiers, and regular people who lived in the city. They stared at the strange group coming down from the alien ship. These people, Ta said, pointing to the crowd, are not yours to rule, not yours to give to the aliens. They are free now. Dusan laughed, but his laugh sounded hollow. Free? What will they do with freedom? The aliens gave us order. They gave us food and power. They took our world, Jin said, stepping forward. They took our choice. Moon walked toward Dusan. The governor's guards raised their guns, but they looked afraid. Asterisk, put down your weapons. Asterisk, Moon thought to everyone in the square. Asterisk, there will be no more fighting today. Asterisk. The guards looked confused. They had never heard a voice in their heads before. Some dropped their guns. Others lowered them slowly. What is this trick? Dusan asked, his voice shaking. Asterisk, no trick. Asterisk, Moon replied. Asterisk, this is what your masters feared. This is why they came to Earth. They knew we had something special here, something they had lost. Asterisk. The ability to change, Admiral Kell said, now walking down the ramp behind them. The ability to grow beyond what you were made to be. Dusan looked at the Admiral in shock. You're taking their side. After all I did for you, I am taking the side of life. Admiral Kell said, my people came here looking for a way to save ourselves. We thought we could take it. We were wrong. Ta looked at the crowd of people. Their faces showed hope for the first time in years. Tell them, Ta said to Moon. Tell them what's happening all over Earth. Moon sat on her haunches, tall and proud. Her thoughts reached everyone in the square, and through the city's speakers, everyone in the city. Asterisk. The Concordat ships are leaving Earth. The changed animals, like me, have woken up. We have shown the aliens that Earth cannot be controlled. All over the world, the alien rulers are stepping down. The human helpers, like Dusan, are losing their power. Asterisk. Dusan's face turned white. You can't do this. The Concordat is too strong. They rule 1,000 worlds. And now they will rule one less, Han said. Admiral Kell stepped forward. This world has taught us something important. Real strength comes from working together, not from forcing others to obey. My people need to learn this again. From the crowd, an old man pushed forward. It was old Kim, alive and free. His white hair shone in the sunlight. "Ta," he called. "You did it. You and your grandfather's Panther." Other people from the mountain villages came forward too. They had been brought to the city as workers but were now free again. Dusan looked around, seeing his powers slip away. "What will happen to me?" he asked, his voice small now. "You will stand trial," Jin said. "The people you hurt will decide your punishment." Tay touched Moon's head, feeling the familiar softness of her fur. "It's really over," he said quietly. *1 chapter ends. Another begins. Moon thought of him. Your grandfather knew this day would come. In his notes, there are many more secrets, ways to help heal this world, even ways to help the Concordat heal their children. Admiral Kell looked surprised. "You would still help us, after what we did." Tai thought about it. "That's what makes us different. We don't just fight when we must. We also help when we can." Over the next days, the last alien ships left Earth's skies. In the square of the city, people took down the Concordat flags. Jin worked with others to form a new government, one that would speak for the people. Moon and Tai returned to the mountains. They still hunted together, still shared their thoughts. But now they also worked with scientists who studied Moon's special gifts. Together, they found ways to help Earth heal. 1 year later, a small ship landed near Ta's new home. Admiral Kell stepped out alone. "We have a saying on my world," he said when he met Ta and Moon. "One who tries to cage the wind only creates a storm." Ta nodded. "He tried to cage my Panther. And now his empire sleeps in pieces," the Admiral finished. "But perhaps something better can be built from those pieces." Moon sat between them, no longer a weapon or a prize, but a bridge between worlds. She thought to both of them. Was always the plan.